Hey everybody, Cole here with Classic Mini DIY, and on today's episode we're going to be stepping away from the Mini and working on my truck a little bit today. We are going to be installing a bed rack on the back of my truck here, and I'm going to tell you guys and show you guys a little bit of a DIY on how to install this, as well as going over some of the reasons you might want or might not want a bed rack on your truck, depending on the things you use it for. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned for that. Now the folks over at Hooke Offroad have sent me over one of their steel bed racks. And for those of you who maybe aren't familiar with a bed rack, essentially it is a roof rack, or rather just a big rack that sits on the back of your truck or your Jeep or any off-roady kind of vehicle, usually is what they're used for, where you can kind of expand the usable space to the actual rack, so storing compartments on the top, mounting things on the sides. And on today's episode, I'm going to be removing my tonneau cover, which is this fabric cover that does a pretty good job of keeping things dry in the back of the truck bed, and replacing it with a bed rack. Now, I'm not totally sure that this is going to be the right choice for me, but we're going to give it a shot. And the reason I wanted to try this out is that this truck does tow my camper, and we go camping out on Forest Service roads quite a bit. And the idea of having extra storage on a bed rack and kind of compartmentalized storage, easy access to tools, things like that does sound pretty appealing, but there are trade-offs to installing a bed rack like this, which I'll definitely get into as we get the install going. But to get started, let's take off some of this extra stuff. I think I'm going to leave my mountain bike tailgate cover on because I don't think we'll need to remove that, but we'll definitely need to start taking this tonneau cover off. So I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I'm going to go ahead and get this off and then start assembling the bed rack, which is laying right down here. Now, installing this rack isn't exactly rocket appliances, but there are a few things that you should keep in mind while you're installing this. To get started, one, if you're doing this by yourself, you're definitely going to want to install this piece by piece onto your truck. So they have you build out the whole rack on the ground and then set it up on the back of the truck, which works fine if you have two people or if you can deadlift over 150 pounds. But if you don't want to throw out your back, I strongly recommend building this on the truck itself. Now, the way that looks is first you are going to assemble these cross members. You're going to take the cross members, line them up with each other, get your cross member that goes between them, put some bolts in, loosey-goosey, nothing super strong, just kind of hand tight so that you can slide them and change the width of your cross member, because I'm pretty sure this kit fits just about any truck that's on the market right now. But you're going to take each one of those, set them onto the truck. There's going to be 3 if you're doing this on a Tacoma, and then you'll install your side panels, which give you that structural rigidity on the outsides of the rack. Now, if you are installing a rack like this, there are some things to keep in mind. The one I have here is very nicely powder coated. The quality of the steel seems really nice. The parts are very simple. It essentially has one size bolt, and everything goes together with that same size bolt, which is definitely really nice. And it has some really great specs, which should be popping up on the side of the screen here, as far as its static load, its dynamic load, and the things you can carry with this. Now, some trade-offs with this rack specifically, and bed racks in general, is that this one, being completely steel, it is cheaper than the other ones, but it is also considerably heavier. As in, this whole rack with all the bolts and the nuts and everything in that box that came from FedEx was 130 pounds. So what you're effectively doing is adding 130 pounds of payload to your truck, or rather you're taking that away from your total payload that you can carry in the back of your truck bed when the rack is on. Also, I do want to apologize. It is summer here in the Carolinas and the cicadas have come out to say hello. The other thing to keep in mind is that with racks like this, I strongly recommend adding what are called bed stiffeners to the Toyota Tacoma. This might not be necessary depending on the type of truck you have, but the Tacoma's bed is a composite material. It's some sort of plastic composite, and it is genuinely very strong, but with large payloads like this, where you might also be putting on a roof rack tent or something like that, it puts a lot of strain on that composite bed, and adding those bed stiffeners is absolutely vital if you're going to be doing something like this, especially if you're going to be loading it down with a lot of weight. Now with this setup, what I'm going to do is essentially favor the front side of the truck. So get the rack kind of as close to the windows as possible. This is a full height bed rack, which means top to this base right here up to the top, I think is 13 inches. So it should be in line with a roof rack on your actual truck cab. There are mid-rise racks, but I found those to be kind of limiting in terms of what you can put in the bed. So the reason I want to favor the front though is because I do carry mountain bikes in the back of my truck, and so I want to be able to get that mountain bike in the back of the truck and get it out, of course. So anyways, I'm going to show you guys how to assemble one of these just to start off. We'll put it on the truck, and then we'll kind of jump ahead and I'll show you, tightening everything down. Now I've moved you guys up to the top of the truck bed here because it is way more comfortable for my back, but this is what I was talking about. Almost every single bolt on this, aside from the ones that mount it to the truck bed itself, are the exact same. You have a black bolt with Allen key head. Not a super big fan of that. Those are going to be really, really easy to strip, so be careful. A bunch of washers, and then they come with a locking nut. It's just a little bit serrated on the bottom so that it locks into place. So you're going to essentially install these on every one of these rack mounts. So you can take this, hang it off the side of the bed here, and going to kind of just slide it in place like that. Now with this installation, you are going to be installing the bolt down through the top. This is going to give you the most flush mount on the top of the rack. So it's going to be a little bit easier to slide things back and forth. And each of these sections is going to take 2 bolts. So 2 on this side, 2 on this side, for a total of 4 bolts on each side. And then there's going to be multiple mounts on other parts of the rack. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these in here on one side. Now, one thing I do want to mention, I didn't call it out before, but this section where you are mounting the racks together here, you do mount 2 bolts on the top, but you're also going to be putting bolts in the side here. I have not decided to put those in just yet. That's going to be after it's on the truck. I feel like it's going to be a little bit easier to kind of adjust how wide these need to be, and then get all of the rest of the bolts that go in through the sides tightened in and in place. So you can kind of see roughly what this is going to be starting to look like. Now this bracket on the top is adjustable enough to where you can have this slider, this middle piece, off center. So there are 2 little bolts here, there are 2 little holes I should say right here, that you should line up with your antenna if you're doing this on a Tacoma, and kind of slide these arms out and just do a couple measurements to try and make sure that the arms are all in the right place. It's going to end up looking a lot nicer, even though there's not really a functional difference if these are, slightly askew one way or the other. Now there's actually 2 other things that I forgot to mention before we get going. One is that on these mounts here, they set down on this plastic trim piece. My plastic trim piece is a little loose over time, but they do come with little soft felt pads. I don't think this is going to do very much in terms of preventing damage to this, but these are much easier to do when it's on the ground, but you put those in just like that, and you'll take the adhesive back on it. It'll stick onto the bottom of it. So we're going to do the rest of these off the truck, but for this one, I'll go ahead and lift this up and put them on. The other thing we have to do is put these mounting rails on. These rails have nuts welded in, and they will slide into this channel here. You're going to want to go ahead and put these in ahead of time. It's going to make it a little bit easier, and they'll just kind of slide in just like that. You'll put 3 on each side. Just like that. And I would recommend going ahead and putting in the bolts loose, hand tight on these mounts as you set these bars on here, because if you don't, technically there is potential that this could slide in and fall into the truck bed while you're working on it, which would be kind of annoying. So we've got the bars roughly in place. They're mounted to the internal rails to kind of loosely hold them there so they won't topple over. And I went ahead and installed the center bracket. This is a bracket that's going to extend between all 3 of these bars to make sure that they're all roughly in the same place away from each other. And then you can see these brackets right here are going to go in between on the top, and this is what's going to give you the spacing that you need between all 3 of these. Also, after this, we are going to be able to get into the side panels. These can be mounted at any height that you like. I kind of like the higher mount, so I can reach in and grab stuff in the back of the truck. But you might want it a little bit lower if you're shorter and you want to grab something off the side here. You got lots of options. There's lots of mounting holes on these things. You can see all of this bracketry here really only uses 3 bolts to hold 2 panels together. So lots of options. But this is the centerpiece, and then you have 2 other pieces. They kind of slot together and again are adjustable back and forth to give you the exact fit that you want. All right, before we get too much farther in assembling all of this, I do want to test this out to make sure that I can still put my mountain bike, which is this Fuel EX8 Trek. I want to be able to make sure that this can go in and out without too much fuss, because I do want to maintain the functionality of being able to use this tailgate cover. So let's see. Yeah, not too bad. You do kind of have to tilt it on its side, so I do suspect that I wouldn't be able to carry like 4 bikes back here, but I should be able to put mine here and then my wife's on the other side without too much trouble. You can see why I did the high-rise rack here so that this clears. I will say that if you don't have a dropper post, which is a way to lower your seat, it probably will not fit if you have the same size bike as me. This is a large frame from Trek, so got some information there. Hopefully this will help you decide whether or not this is a good solution for you. So anyways, let's take this back out, tilt it on its side, up, and out. It's okay. It's a little annoying. We'll see how it goes though over a few days, getting out on the trails and everything. Anyways, let's keep assembling. All right, after bolting every bolt known to man on this rack here, it is finally installed, and you guys can see it's looking pretty good. The full rise, the full height bed rack like this is definitely the route to take, I think. The mid-rise ones look a little bit visually nicer, I think, but this is gonna give me the most usability in the back of my truck, and it's gonna allow me to get the bike and put it in and out without too much fuss. So, if you guys have any questions about how the install went, I feel like it's pretty straightforward, but happy to answer any questions you might have. But now that we have this installed, the only other things that we could add, which would be really nice in terms of functionality, is you might notice I have some rear-facing lights up here. This is useful when I'm at camp or when I'm backing the trailer in places. With this bed rack, I might be able to actually move these lights or add some supplementary lights on the back of the rack here, which could be pretty nice. I could put some Pelican cases on the top, which would be waterproof and allow me to carry, kind of extend the space of the cab out into the truck bed. And then of course in the truck bed itself, you can put totes and all sorts of different things. I do see pretty frequently people putting things like a shovel on the side of this or a high lift jack. I would definitely think about what you need on this bed rack. For me, shovel, high lift jack doesn't really serve the needs that I have for camping and going down the forest roads, but maybe a little portable water tank could be really nice to wash off after a bike ride or while we're camping, or perhaps a smaller little first aid kit or something easily accessible. So if there's ever any issues, we can pop out here and open up and get what we need. So we'll see how this evolves over the next few months as we bring it out camping. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more stuff on the Tacoma or on our regular Star, the Classic Mini, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and come back for more in the future. But until I see you guys again, thanks so much for joining, and you know the drill. Enjoy those minis or Tacomas and motor on. See ya.